Let's solve some quadratic equations with the quadratic formula. If you are not confident with the quadratic formula, feel free to watch my video about how to solve quadratic equations with the quadratic formula. Let's start with 2x squared plus x minus 3 equals 0. The quadratic formula is x equals minus b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. A is 2, b is 1. For any variable that has no coefficient, you can assume the coefficient 1. And c is negative 3. So we get negative b is 1, plus minus the square root of 1 squared minus 4 times 2 times negative 3 divided by 2 times 2. One squared is 1. Negative 4 times 2 is negative 8 times negative 3 is positive 24. 2 times 2 is 4. One plus 24 is 25, and the square root of 25 is 5. Our first solution is negative 1 plus 5 is 4 over 4, which is 1. And our second solution is negative 1 minus 5, which is negative 6 over 4, which is then, after simplifying, negative 3 over 2. Let's look at the next example. 3 plus 2x minus x squared equals 0. The quadratic formula is x equals negative b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Be careful here. A is negative 1, b is 2, and c is 3. So we get negative 2 plus minus the square root of 2 squared minus 4 times negative 1 times 3 and 2 times negative 1. Two squared is 4. Negative 4 times negative 1 is 4 times 3 is 12. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. 4 plus 12 is 16, and the square root of 16 is 4. So our first solution is negative 2 plus 4 is 2 divided by negative 2, which is then negative 1. And our second solution is negative 2 minus 4 is negative 6 divided by negative 2, which is then, after simplifying, 3. Let's look at 4x squared minus 4x minus 4 equals 0. After dividing the whole equation by 4, we get x squared minus x minus 1 equals 0. A is 1, B is negative 1, and C is negative 1. Minus 1 plus minus square root of minus 1 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 1 and 2 times 1. Negative 1 times negative 1 is 1 plus minus the square root of negative 1 squared is 1 minus 4 times minus 1 is 4 times 1 is 4 and 2 times 1 is 2. So one solution is 1 plus the square root of 5 over 2 and the other solution is 1 minus the square root of 5 over 2. Let's look at 3x squared minus 2x minus 1 equals 0. A is 3, B is negative 2, and C is negative 1. So we get negative 2 plus minus the square root of negative 2 squared minus 4 times 3 times negative 1 and 2 times 3. 2 plus minus 4 minus times minus is plus 12 and 6. 4 plus 12 is 16 and the square root of 16 is 4. So our first solution is 2 plus 4 is 6 over 6 is 1. And our second solution is 2 minus 4 is negative 2 over 6 is negative 1 over 3. Let's say we have 9x squared plus 12x plus 4 equals 0. A is 9, B is 12, and C is 4. Negative 12 plus minus 12 squared is 144 minus 4 times 9 is 36 times 4 is 120, 144 and 2 times 9 is 18. Negative 12 plus minus 0 divided by 18. 12 divided by 6 is 2 and 18 divided by 6 is 3. So we get negative 2 over 3. What about this example? 0 equals x squared minus 4x plus 1. A is 1, B is negative 4, and C is 1. Minus negative 4 is positive 4, plus minus the square root of negative 4 squared is 16, minus 4 times 1 is 4, and 2 times 1 is 2. So we get 4 plus minus the square root of 12 over 2. So one solution is 4 plus the square root of 12 over 2. And the other solution is 4 minus the square root of 12 over 2. Feel free to simplify this and write it in the comments. Let's look at x squared minus 10x plus 25 equals 0. A is 1, B is negative 10, and C is 25. So we get negative 10 plus minus the square root of negative 10 squared minus 4 times 1 times 25. And 2 times 1. Negative 10 is positive 10, plus minus negative 10 squared is 100. Negative 4 times 1 is negative 4, times 25 is negative 100. 2 times 1 is 2. (100) minus 100 is 0, and the square root of 0 is 0. So we get 10 over 2, which is then 5. In this example, we have only one solution. (5x squared plus 3x plus 8 equals 0. A is 5, B is 3, and C is 8. Minus 3 plus minus the square root of 3 squared is 9. Minus 4 times 5 is 20, times 8 is 160. We see here that 9 minus 160 is negative. Because we can't take the square root of a negative number, and because we haven't studied the topic of complex numbers, we can say that we don't have a solution for this problem. In other words, we don't have a real solution for this problem. Let's do one more example. X squared plus 3x minus 8 equals 0. A is 1, B is 3, and C is negative 8. Minus 3 plus minus 3 squared is 9. Negative 4 times 1 is negative 4 times negative 8 is plus 32. And 2 times 1 is 2. 9 plus 32 is 41. So we get negative 3 plus the square root of 41 over 2 and negative 3 minus the square root of 41 over 2. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments. This video is what I did for you. If you want to do something for me, hit the bell button, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching and happy learning, everyone.